Okay, let me share the screen again. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, one more time. One more time. Sorry. Say with me. 이번 주 어떻게 보냈어요?
이번 주
어떻게
보냈어요?
Very good. Yeah, every single one of you is speaking very well. Very good. Okay. The meaning of a sentence. How was this weekend? How was this weekend? Yeah. About the details, I'll explain later after reading number 2 sentence. Okay. Now say with me. 이번 주 주말에 뭐 할 거예요?
이번 주 주말에 뭐 할 거예요?
One more time at the end of the part. 할 거예요.
할 거예요?
Right. The meaning of a sentence is what you will do on this weekend. So let me explain. So the end of the sentence part. Primero this one. First this one. Korean sentence structure. Remember, always start from subject and after object and finish with the verb. That's the basic sentence structure in Korean. Yeah, well, opposite of English. Yeah, subject, verb, object. That's English. Korean subject, object, and the verb. Finish with the verb. So, which means the end of this part is talking about the verb. So let me explain the verb first. Yeah. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me make it. 1 second. How can I make it? There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So first, 보냈어요. This part from the verb 보내다, which means to send. To send. And the for past verb is 보냈다, which means sent. And the continue here, 할 거예요 is from the verb 하다, which means to do, very basic verb. And the for change to past is 했다. But even the past verb still forms are different. Yeah, 보냈다, 보냈어요. This one I conjugated with a speaking terminology, especially this 어요, 요, 해요, 아요, 어요. You might gonna have a 4 option for this speaking terminology. We call the casual speaking terminology. Let me writing down. 요, 해요, 아요, 어요. Most of you might be already saw this one from Korean study book, and about those kind of grammar details, I will explain later. Okay. So conjugated with speaking terminology with the past verb changed to the 보냈어요. Don't be freaked out because if you know the rule, very easy to translate, very easy to transform actually. Okay, and the continue here. 했다, this one past. Sorry, not the past. Why or the past? Sorry, yeah. Okay. You know what? Let me write them down. Just past and the did like that, and here meaning as well. 보냈다, to send. Yeah. But from here, we're not talking about the past. We're talking about the future. But I just wrote the past because of comparing, like how to change. Yeah, but anyway, these forms are original verb 하다 conjugated with a future simple tense grammar, which is a verb plus 을 거예요. And another option is this consonant with 거예요. Yeah. As you can see here, this grammar, casual speaking finishing, and this future simple terminology, we call the terminology as well, have options, as you can see, 1, 2 options. And this thing, 1, 2, 3, 4 options. Yeah. Those kind of thing, as I mentioned, if you remember the rule, will be very easy to using. And what is the rule? The frequently I keep saying every time of the class, syllable have a 받침 or doesn't have a 받침. That's only you need to consider later. Especially this 4 option here. This one you need to consider vowel as well. But yeah, I'll explain later. Anyway, so verb 하다. This syllable before da, which is ha. This ha doesn't have a 받침. So using this grammar, using this consonant as a 받침 and put the 거예요. That's the rule. Very simple, huh? Yeah, but don't worry. I'll explain more detail and more specifically later. Anyway, yeah, let me continue explain the sentence meaning. Yeah, and here, 이번 주, 이번 meaning is this time. But specifically this upon, this one we call the quantity noun. Quantity noun, yeah, like that, yeah. What is the quantity noun? Also, I frequently saying this one. When you counting something, you need to using specific noun in Korean and Japanese as well. In English, doesn't have. English just simply you put the S or ES, making plural. Yeah. So let me give you one quick example. Normally, you conjugate with this quantity noun with a number. For example, the Korean number 하나. But when you're using with a quantity noun, it's changing to the 한. And when you're using 번, it's not anymore talking about the only number. 한 번 talking about the experience of something, which is first time. So continue. What about the number? Just a reading Korean number 2. 둘. This is how we're reading. But when you're using with a quantity noun, forms are changing as well. We say 두 번, which means a second time in here. But as you can see from the sentence here doesn't use any number. Yeah, just using e. Then what is about the e? As I translate here, e talking about the this. For more details, 이, 저, 그. 이 in Korean meaning is this, and the 저 meaning is that, and the 그 meaning is it. So like that. Originally, this 번 is from quantity noun, but actually you can able to using 이, 저, 그 in this case very specifically. So one more example. So when you say 이번, talking about this time, as I wrote there, but when you say 저번, that time, talking about the past time, your past experience, past time, or it can be also like that. And when you say 그번, yeah. This one is not really using it, but also this one talking about the past time. Yeah, in English, we simply translate as that time as well, not the it time. English doesn't have a word for that. So then you can ask me, what is the difference between then 저번 and 그번? Because I just mentioned that, like in English, at that time, exactly the same, talking about the past time. Yeah. You can put the exactly simply same actually. Just put the same. Yeah, not any differences. But sometimes when you're using 저 and the 그, simply just those things, yeah, can be different. Well, for example, 저, like we normally using with a location, like for example, 저기, which means there. But the 그, using 그, 거기, we're using 거기. 거기 means there, which means something you cannot visually see. 저기, something visually can see, but a little bit far than the 여기, using as a e, 여기. Yeah. This kind of is the details, but okay. So continue. Simply for this sentence, 이번 주, and the 주 talking about the week. Let me write them down as well. 주 means week. Oh, sorry. Week. Yeah. So 이번 주 all together talk about this time week. 이번 주. And the 어떻게 meaning is how. 어떻게 meaning is how. Sorry, how. Yeah. And the 보냈어요. Spent. Yeah. So for translation, this time week, how spent. Natural way to say, how was your this weekend? Simply, how was your this week? Not the weekend, sorry, like that. Yeah. One more tip. If you say 주말, talking about the weekend, it's a pretty useful word. So remember that. Okay. So that's a translation. Okay. And the second sentence here. 이번 주, same starting, which means this time week. And the 주말, there we go. I used here 주말. 주말 meaning was a weekend here. 주말 meaning is weekend. Yeah. And continue. 뭐 할 거예요? This 뭐 is a very interesting one actually. 뭐, you can say 뭐 or 무엇, or 뭔, or maybe more as well. Especially 뭔 is from the 무엇은. with the topic particle, but the contraction, short way to say. And the more is from the mu, 을, yeah, mixed with the object particle, yeah, with a contraction. Yeah, like those kind of thing. Okay, so simply, then what is the meaning? Meaning is simply, very simple, what, meaning is what. Yeah, and as I mentioned, these particles doesn't have any meaning, just being there for like a function for English be verb, similar. Yeah, so 이번 주 주말에, and this A is a location particle and also can be timeline particle. Here using as a timeline particle. Whenever you're trying to say about the timeline, you always need using A. Make sure to remember that. Yeah, so 이번 주 주말에, let me translate this way. A, in this weekend, sorry, this time of a week and weekend. So put together, like simply this weekend, and more, what 할 거예요, will do, with the future simple. Also, let me write down the function, this one, future, sorry, future simple tense terminology. Yeah, like that. Yeah. You know what? Let me write down this one as well. Sorry. This one. Yeah. Casual speaking terminology. Terminology. Casual speaking. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there we go. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Like that. Okay. So basically, I'm going to ask you 2 questions randomly, each one of you, and you're going to answer. Depends on what question it is. So yeah. Everyone, unlock the mute and try to say again with me. 이번 주 어떻게 보냈어요?
이번 주
어떻게
보냈어요?
Very good.
보냈어요?
And number 2, yeah. 이번 주 주말에 뭐 할 거예요?
이번 주 주말에
뭘
할게요?
할 거예요?
One more time, everyone. 할 거예요?
할 거예요?
Okay, very good. Let me try to copy and paste in the bottom so you can see what sentence I was asking you. Okay, so let me put here. I'm going to start from the Winnie actually. Winnie, give me 1 second. Yes. Copy and paste. You can see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like that. Yeah. Okay. Winnie, 이번 주 어떻게 보냈어요? How would you like to answer?
Can I say good or something?
Yeah, simply you can say it was good, was bad, or yeah.
It was good.
It was good. Okay. Do you know how to say in Korean, by the way?
괜찮아? No?
Okay, that's good. Yeah. The Winnie said everyone. She said 괜찮아. But to make sure we are speaking, so make sure using speaking terminology. 괜찮아요. Like that.
괜찮아요.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone, what she said 괜찮아요 is from the verb. 괜찮다. Actually, 괜찮다 means to be okay. To be okay. Yeah. So simply she can say like this way, 괜찮아요, to like be okay, simply 괜찮아요. And one more thing, about the terminologies, like from the writing, from the speaking, doesn't have any meaning. It's just being there for recognizing, is that for speaking, is that for writing, Okay, yeah, very good, 괜찮아요. Maybe, Winnie, do you know how to say to be busy, was busy, to be busy? Do you know how to say? Let me give you a hint. Verb using verb 바쁘다. The meaning is too busy. How are you going to say in Korean, but the past?
Sorry, I don't know.
Okay, it's okay. Yeah. So 바쁘다 for speaking, simply for speaking, we say 바빠요. This is a sort of irregular actually because of this option. Yo, heyo, ayo, oyo. You know what? Maybe I should have teaching you that first actually for speaking terminology. But yeah, don't worry. If you don't understand for how grammar this using, yeah, don't worry. I will make back to you. Maybe next class. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so 바빠요. And using as a pasado is pretty simple. Once you remember this rule, casual, yeah, speaking terminology, using this rule, change the verb. Using same rule for the changing to the past. Yeah, like this way. So verb plus this one, 어요, and had, 어요, and at, 어요, and ot, 어요. Like that. Yeah. It looks pretty similar, yeah? Like the previous one you saw was a yo, heyo, ayo, oyo for the present simple speaking terminology. But this is a speaking terminology past simple. Yeah. Instead of yo, you're gonna using oyo for the same verb, and instead of heyo for the pasado past, you're gonna using 했어요. And instead of using ayo for the present simple verb, you're gonna using at oyo for the past, and instead of using oyo, you're gonna using ot oyo for the past. So 바빠요. Actually, 바쁘다 first just simply speaking terminology present simple. So changes of yeah, 바빠요. I wrote here, yeah, 바빠요. And the past will be this one finish with a yo, which means follow this one actually. So it's a changes of 바빴어요. This is how we change into pasado. Past. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry. I'll explain the rules later. Next class probably. Okay. Yeah. So this is another way to Winnie can answer 바빴어요. Is it true you was busy last week, or was not busy?
Not busy.
Okay, wasn't not busy. And then can you say no, wasn't busy? You're just gonna add something from here. Do you know how to say? Was not busy. Let me give you a hint. This one or this one. You have two options. Do you know this one?
No.
Okay, let me teach you. Yeah. When I asking you a question, if you don't understand, or if you don't understand, or if you don't know what is that, yeah, don't worry. You can simply say to me, I don't know. Yeah, because I'm not checking what you know, what you don't know. It's not about that. I'm trying to teaching you, but I'm just still figuring out what level you are. Yeah, so don't worry. I'm not going to mad or why you don't know. I'm not going to do that, so don't worry about that. Yeah, okay. And meaning is do not. Do not. And how we can using this one conjugate with the verb. Remember, with the verb. And this mot same as well. Meaning is do not about the verb. So for example, 안 하다. 하다 means to do, which means do not do. Or verb 먹다, to eat. When you say 안 먹다 means do not eat, like that. Then what about this one? 못 is a cannot. Obviously, every one of you speak English very well, which is you know the differences between do not and cannot, yeah? About the ability. Do not is even you can do, you just don't do, yeah. But the cannot is even you want to do, your ability cannot affording that, so cannot, yeah. Yeah, like that. So Winnie, which one would you like to using? So was not busy, wasn't busy.
I think it's 안.
Exactly. 안 바빴어요. Yeah. Technically, we cannot say like 못 바빴어요. Yeah, because that sounds like I wanted to be busy, but I couldn't be busy. Yeah, that's what they sounds like. So we're not using. Yeah. Okay, like that. Good work, Winnie. Good work. Good job, Winnie. Okay. Let's continue. Rosalind. Hello, Rosalind. Welcome back. Rosalind.
Hi.
Hello. Okay. Let me ask you. 이번 주 주말에 뭐 할 거예요? 이번 주 주말에 뭐 할 거예요? How would you like to answer? If you bit hard to answer, you can tell me in English. But you know something, then you can ask me just how to say this noun, how to say this verb in Korean, and then I will help you.
Can I say 좋았어요?
좋았어요? Ah, very good. Yeah, 좋았어요. Exactly. Very good. 좋았어요. Yeah. Everyone, she said 좋았어요, and give me one second. Let me write down what I was asking you. Yeah. Question number 2, and yeah, question number 2. That's what I asked you. Okay. And she said 좋았어요, everyone. Yeah. It's from the verb 좋다. 좋다 means to be good. Remember, don't get confused with the verb 좋아하다. 좋아하다 means to like. Yeah, don't get confused. 좋아하다 is something you like from your personal taste, but the 좋다 is talking about the condition. So what she chose the verb was perfect for the answer actually. Yeah, 좋다, which means was good actually, was good because she using past simple, which is here 왔어요. 좋았어요. Very good, Rosaline. Okay, all right. Let me move on. Aya Mae Lopez. Hello, Lopez. Lopez, can you unlock the mute? Can you speak, Lopez?
Yes, pa.
Hello, Lopez. Okay. Yeah, let me ask you, Lopez. 이번 주 어떻게 보냈어요?
I doesn't understand at all. I am just in beginner.
Okay, yeah. At the beginning of the class, I explained about what was meaning of sentence. Yeah, meaning of a sentence is how was your week? How was your week? Okay, then simply let's try to speak in English. Yeah. So if I ask you how was your week, how would you like to answer?
It's great.
It was great. Okay, good
Yes.
answer. Right, it was great. Yeah. Okay. So Lopez, let's try to make this in sentence. It was great. So what she said, everyone, it is presented as what I asked her. Yeah. So I've asked her, how was your week? How was your week? And what she's saying, it talking about this week. So we can simply start with directly that one, which means how to say this week. We say 이번 주, like that. And this will became a subject as she's using it, but making full way. So 이번 주 and great. To be great. Let me teach you another verb. To be great. Yeah. We say 굉장하다. Okay. Yeah. Let's try to speak, everyone. 굉장하다. Exactly. So we're just gonna using this one as a past. Yeah. So this one finish with the 하다. When finish with a 하다, let me teach you simply this one. So when verb finish with a 하다 for speaking terminology, but the present, which is here at the top here, yeah. This using this one casual speaking terminology, you're gonna say always instead of 하다, you're gonna say 해요. Remember that? That's the most simple actually, 하다. So let me write it down here. So when you try to speak 굉장하다 for the speaking, we say 굉장해요. For 해요. 굉장해요. Yeah. But we talking about the like this week, how was? We're talking about the past, which means you have to change the past. Yeah. Also from the original verb 굉장하다, and what option you're gonna using from here? Yeah. You're gonna simply instead of 하다, you're gonna put the 했어요 like that. 했어요. So 이번 주 굉장했어요. This will be the sentence meaning. It was great. Like this week was great. Like that. Yeah. But also I would like to add the topic particle here. 이번 주는. Because the to be great is very personal to her, and she was had a good weekend, and it became a topic. Because we were talking about the topic that how was. Yeah, like that. Okay. So far, Lopez, any question or anything would you like to ask?
None so far.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. All right, and now let me ask you Sierra. Hello, Sierra. Can you hear me?
Yes, hi teacher.
Okay, Sierra. Before start with you, let me just copy and paste it. Later. Okay. Let me ask you number 2 question. 이번 주 주말에 뭐 할 거예요?
Teacher, I have a question. I didn't understand what's the meaning of the second sentence.
Okay. Okay. So someone who entered lately and didn't understand some of the sentence meaning, don't worry. I already wrote the explanation on the top part here. Yeah. Here, as you can see, number 1 explanation and number 2 explanation. So, but for now, I just want to get you to quickly translate for you everything like that. So, number 2 question, what I asked you to see it was what you will do.
Oh, okay.
So, how would you like to answer?
I'll stay at home.
You will stay at home. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone, if you don't mind, kindly make a mute, please. Except the Sierra. Yeah. Thank you. Say not here. Okay. Thank you. It's from the Sierra audio. Sorry. Okay. Sierra, thank you. Can you mute, please? So now let me explain about your. Thank you. I will stay at home. That's what she said. And how are we gonna say? Yeah, the start of the sentence I, as I mentioned, Korean sentence, subject, object, verb. So we're gonna go for subject first. So how to say I? Yeah, we say na, or another option you can say 저. This is also part of the today class lesson actually. Yeah. So na is I and the 저 meaning is I, but the difference is na is a casual way to call I, but the 저 is a polite way to call I, which means depends on who you're talking. You need to decide. For example, Sierra talking to me, but if Sierra is younger than me, then she need to say 저 for respect because of the age. But if she knew I'm a similar age like her, then she can using na. So optional. But let me tell you, actually, when you're speaking with the Koreans, unless they introduce their age to you, then just always go for polite one. Well, you know, it's better than just I have to say like go for casual and being offensive. It's better than that. Just go for polite. That's what I can recommend. So let me change. Let's go for 저. And the na, and let me explain. So 저 and the na, yeah, meaning is I simply. Oh, sorry, I, yeah, and the na meaning is I as well. Yeah, oops, like that. Yeah, and this one let me put it simply polite, and this one is a casual. Yeah. So we're gonna using 저 here, 저. Yeah. So 저, and after also we're talking about the topic that she will stay at home. So 저는. And after continue, whatever comes in the middle, but to finish with a sentence, the verb. And the verb, Sierra, can you unlock the mute and can you tell me what is the verb in your sentence?
Stay.
Exactly, to stay. Perfect, to stay, yeah. And the verb to stay in Korean, we say 머무르다, which means to stay. So she gonna using this 머무르다 with the future simple tense for speaking terminology. So let me just writing down your original forms. Yeah, 머무르다, 머무르다, like that. Yeah, and how we can change it to future? Here I briefly explained that as well. Where is it? Check. Yeah, here. This is a more simple. You only have two options. 을 거예요 and 을 거예요. Let me write it down one more time here. Yeah. So she's gonna using this one. Here. Yeah. So whenever you're trying to, whatever grammar you're trying to conjugate with the verb, remember the first thing what you need to do, remove the da. So I'm going to do like that. Remove the da. And after you only consider syllable before that, which is a 르. This is the syllable you need to consider all the time. And the 르. Let me ask you, Sierra. Sierra, perhaps can you tell me this 르 have a 받침 or doesn't have a 받침? Do you know what is a 받침, by the way?
It doesn't have 받침.
All right, perfect. Yeah, doesn't have a 받침, exactly. Someone who don't know what is a 받침, let me briefly explain again. Yeah, so 받침 is from the syllable construction. Normally syllable constructed with one consonant and the one vowel. But the extra, when extra consonant is included in the syllable, that consonant we call the 받침. So for example, this one doesn't have a 받침. This one doesn't have a 받침. This one doesn't have a 받침. But this one have a 받침, as you can see. Consonant, vowel, and in the bottom, another consonant. Anyway, so when syllable doesn't have a 받침, you're going to using option for this one, for the future simple speaking terminology. Yeah, which means you're going to using this consonant for the 받침, syllable what it was talking here. So 머무를, and after just put the 거예요 after that. 머무를 거예요. This is how you say for future. This is how you say for future. Pretty simple, eh? Yeah. And another example, if the syllable have a 받침, like let me give you an example. For example, verb 먹다, which means to eat. This one. How are you going to change it for I will eat? Very simple. You're going to using this one. And how do we know using this one? Yeah, as I said, first you need to, from the verb 먹다, remove da, and after you only consider syllable 먹, this one, and check this syllable have a 받침, doesn't have a 받침. And yes, have a 받침. In the case, you're just gonna put this one after that. 먹을 거예요, like that. Yeah, pretty simple, eh? Yeah. So Sierra, your answer. 저는 blah 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 머무를 거예요. And in the middle, what's gonna be? As I said, object should be. And the object, what is missing here? Here, at home, at home. First, how we say home? We say 집, meaning is home. So 나는 집 머무를 거예요. But it's not still complete. Why? Because do you remember every time when you're talking about the timeline, you have to using timeline particle. Yes, and for the location as well, we have to using location particle. And let me just briefly writing down what kind of a location particle we have. This is what we call the 에 and 에서. Let me explain simply. In English, just everything you just call the preposition. Yeah, but in Korean, we have a specific separated preposition, which is a location particle, subject particle, location particle and timeline particle. Yeah. So if I say this 에 and 에서 in English, will be like in, at, from, like those kind of preposition in English. Yeah. And in this case, I'm going to using 에서. And why? Because 에 and 에서, location particle, 에 is just about the location. About the location. When you explain about the location, for example, to go to the location, or come from the location, or to go up to the location, or go down to the location. Yeah. In the case, like a verb 가다, to go, or 오다, to come. In this case, you're gonna using 에 for the location particle, but 에서 is something. Something happening in the location. Yeah, in the case you're gonna using 에서 actually 에서. Yeah. So here 머무를 거예요 will stay. To be stay at home. Yeah, there's something happening. That is why we have to using 에서. Yeah, about the particles, I will maybe give you another education later. Yeah. Okay, Saira, can you able to read your sentence? So this is a complete sentence now. I will stay at home.
저는 집에서 머무를 거예요.
Alright, very good. Your pronunciation.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's move on. Give me 1 second. Let me just quick check. Okay. Oh yeah. A lot. Yeah. Again, we're running out of time. Oh, sorry. Okay. In that case, what I can do is this one. Sorry, for make it fair to everyone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we not have a chance to speaking to everyone again. Sorry. We're gonna use this one. What I'm gonna do is this one. Yeah. So someone who couldn't speak for now, I'm just gonna put your name here. Okay, so Kirizia Akodile. How I call you? How do I call you? Kirizia?
Keisha.
Keisha. Okay.
Isha.
Keisha. Okay, Keisha. Okay, thank you. And Jack.
Trisha.
Again? Krisha.
선생님. Trisha.
Trisha.
Trisha. Trisha.
네.
Trisha.
Trisha. 네, 맞아요.
Okay,
Trisha.
Trisha. Okay. All right, Trisha. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm checking. Okay, yeah. Okay. And okay, yeah. Continue. And Presia. How do I call Presia? Yeah, Presia. ¿Está bien? Yeah, Presia. Presia. Okay. Thank you. And the student, this one, starting name Krizsia. Yeah. Who's this one? Yeah. How do I call you? Can you unlock the mute and say your name? Hello, you there? Okay, let me just put this way. Okay. Okay. And Jello. Hello, Jello. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Jello. Okay. And Rosalind, we did it. Okay. And Lopez. Yeah, Jaje Lopez. Let me put your name, Lopez. Yeah. But do I call correctly? Jaje is correct, or how to call? Jaje?
Kate.
Age. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Everyone, this is also can be your tip, like how to writing your name in Korean, like that. Yeah, in natural pronunciation. Okay. And next person, Pie. Hello, Pie. Is that how you call your name? Pie. Okay, I think it's correct. Okay, yeah. And continue. And after another Lopez, Mae Lopez. Yeah. Mae Lopez. Is that correct to call your name?
No, it's Alame Lopez.
Elame?
Yes.
Okay, Elame Lopez. Okay, thank you. Elame. Together. All right. And Hazel, and I cannot see your full name actually. Hello? Yeah. Hazel?
Hello. Hazel.
Hazel. Okay. Hazel.
Just Hazel.
One more time.
Hazel Ann.
Hazel.
Hazel is okay. Yes, no
Okay.
problem.
Thank you. I will simply call you
Thank
Hazel.
you.
And after Joe and Amber, and let's see who. Janet or Janet? Janet L. Feliz.
It's J.
Janet. Okay, Janet. Okay, let me simply call you Janet. Okay, thank you. And Sierra. But let me just ask you, Sierra, how do I call IS in your name? Is?
Yes.
Is. Okay. All right. Thank you. And who I'm missing? Yeah. Shall we Patricio? Let me call you Patricio. Is that okay? Patricio. Yeah. Shall we Patricio?
네.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
And yeah. Kuchimba. Hello, Kuchimba.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. And Magenito. How do I call you? Ilona. Lona? Iona? Hello?
Iona Maganito.
Iona Magenito. Okay. Thank you. Anyone? And the Putri. I'm missing Putri. Yeah. Okay. Putri. And anyone else? I didn't mention your name. Anyone else? I think that's all of them. Yeah, everyone. I mentioned your name. Yeah. Okay.
저요.
Who's talking?
하늘은.
¿Dónde está? 하늘인. Okay, thank you.
감사합니다.
감사합니다. 하늘인. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's do quickly. I think yeah. So today, as I mentioned on the class plan, we're not gonna go for basic. We're just gonna continue this one till how to say, right now here's a 9:47. We're gonna continue till 10:20, which means we have like a 30 minutes, something like that. Okay, let's go. How do I? Yeah. Control Enter. Yeah. Krisa Kodile. Krisa. Okay, let me remove it. Yeah. Krisa. Hello, can you hear me, Krisa? I think she was the one who didn't respond. Was it Krisa? Yeah. Okay.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요, Krisa. How are you?
저는 잘 지냈어요.
Okay, 아주 좋아요. Okay. Krisa, I'm going to ask you the number one question, which is this one. 이번 주 어떻게 보냈어요? How would you like to answer?
아파요.
아파요? Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. I asked to Krisa, how was your week? Oh, sorry. Yeah. How was your week? And she said, 아파요. But Chris, we seeing some mistake here. Actually, you still sick or you was sick? Hello?
I was sick.
You were sick, so right now you're okay, yeah? Okay, in that case, you should say past, actually. Do you know how to say past for this one? Do you know how to say? No? Hello? You there? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, let me go. Okay, so for the past.
아팠어요?
Exactly. 아팠어요. Yes, this is how we say I was sick, everyone. Was sick. But remember, still speaking, for speaking. It's not for writing, for speaking. 아팠어요. And what was that? Yeah. Here, 아프다, that's the original verb. And for speaking present simple, we say 아파요. 아파요. Which is a followed rule, 요, 해요, 아요, 어요. What's that one? And this one using 요 rule, which means the first rule from the 4 options, and which is, I wrote here, where is it? Let me go back. Yeah. So that was a rule, 요, 해요, 아요, 어요. And the present simple, yeah. But for the past, here, we're gonna using the first one, using this option. Using this consonant as a 받침 and after put the 어요, which is change it to like this way. Here, where is it? Oh, sorry. Yeah, 아파요. From the syllable 파, you're gonna put this way, 팥, and just repeating the beginning syllable, 아팥, and finish with the 어요, like that. So this is how we say it's a past. But if I say full way, like this way, 이번 주는 아팠어요. This will be more clear, more specific sentence. This week I was sick. But the continue, she's not sick anymore. In that case, we're going to using conjunction 그런데, which means but. You use the same as English. You're using but for the opposite opinion from compared with the previous sentence. Yeah, exactly the same. So 이번 주는 아팠어요. 그런데 지금은 this 은 as we can see is a topic particle, and the 지금 meaning is now. Yeah, and the 지금은 and okay. Let me ask to Krisa again. Krisa, we learn how to say do not and cannot. Conjugate with that 아팠어요. How are we gonna say? With 아파요 actually. Hello? You there?
Just a minute. I was 안 아팠어요.
Exactly. I'm talking this one, everyone. Yeah. Like now she's not sick. She do not sick. Yeah. So for the continuing sentence, this week was sick, but now I done sick. We say 안 아파요. Actually, in this case, we go for present because she's not sick now. Yeah. Again, previous sentence, the first sentence, go for past because she's talking about the past experience. And after conjunction, yeah. And the second sentence, yeah. 지금은 안 아파요. Now I don't sick. Yeah, this is how we say. Okay. Krisa, any question? ¿Todo bien?
None.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah, let's
감사합니다.
감사합니다. Yeah, next person. Let's go. Kuchimba, where are you? Kuchimba.
Here, teacher.
Hello, Kuchimba. Yeah.
Hello,
Can you? I'm going to ask you. Give me 1 second. Kuchimba. I'm going to ask you number two question, which is yeah. 이번 주 주말에 뭐 할 거예요? What you will do this weekend? How would you like to answer?
저 스튜던트요.
저? One more time.
스튜던트요?
뚜랬어요? Let me ask you. What is
No. I was stressed.
you was stressed. Okay. Yeah. So let me write English.
Yeah.
I was simply this way. I had stressful week. Yeah. Is that okay? I had a stressful week.
Oh, yes.
Or I got stressed. Actually, yeah. Stressed like that. Okay. So let me teach you the verb, how to say like to be stressed. To be stressed. Yeah. To be stressed. Yeah. In this case, it's very simple. We're gonna go for Konglish, which means stress for the 스트레스. So 스트레스, and continue. 스트레스를 받다. 스트레스를 받다. This one, 를 is an objective particle, is a skippable. You can simply say 스트레스 받다, like to. Original meaning is actually to receive stress, but you can simply go for to be stressed. Anyway, it's for the how to say active, not the passive. Okay, yeah. So okay, so can you try to using that? Try to change to past if you can. Can you change to past?
Yes. 스트레스요. 스트레스요.
One more time again. Say with me. 스트레스.
Yes.
Step by step. One more time.
서요.
스트레스를
스트레스요.
yeah, we still keep skipping like a 스트레스. We still missing le actually. Yeah. Okay, try to pronunciation again. One more time. 스트레스.
스트레스.
Exactly. 스트레스를, and you're gonna use verb 받다 to change it to past. Perhaps you know.
어요. 서요?
So together, all together, how are you gonna say? 받다 with 어요?
스트레스로 어요.
Okay. So what I prefer to do is the verb 받다 with a past simple. In this case, you have to using this one. 어요. Let me show you again. This one we saw from here. Where is it? Past. Yeah, here. This one. Yeah. Let me copy again. Yeah, this one. And let me write it one more time. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So before we get to know, we should know like how we can using yo, heyo, ayo, oyo first. Actually, yeah. This one. Compare. Yeah. Verb plus yo, heyo, ayo, oyo. Again, this yo, heyo, ayo, oyo is talking about the present simple speaking terminology. But this one, oyo, 했어요, 왔어요, 없어요. Past simple. Yeah. So first you need to know how to using this one to the verb 받다 actually 받다. So again, yeah. 받다 to change it up. 아요. This one using as a 아요. And again, I'm sorry, I should explain. It might be take some explain about this grammar later. So maybe next class I will start with this grammar again. And if you have a time, maybe you can review this class after next class. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so this one using as a ayo, this one for speaking present, and because of the past, you're gonna using at or yo, which means the past to change is a at or yo, like that. Yeah. Okay. Now, Kuchimba, can you try to say with me again the full sentence? Remember, I see what is difficult part for you. Yeah. Korean, one syllable, one sound. Remember, one syllable, one sound. So step by step. Again, 스트레스를 try to say.
스트레스를
Exactly. And the at yo.
받았어요.
Exactly, very good. Like that. Now, can you try to put together a little bit more natural way, like this way? 스트레스를 받았어요.
스트레스를 받았어요.
Way more better. Good work. Good job, Kuchimba. Any question?
No, teacher.
Okay.
Thank
all
you.
right. Yeah. Remember, when you're trying to read the Korean syllable, one sound, and that to try to like slowly. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kuchimba. Good work. Okay. Let's
Thank
go
you,
another person. Maybe let's try to do two more person. Yeah. Putri. Hello, Putri. You there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. Putri, let me ask you the same question, actually. Same question. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let me. Yeah. Same question. What you will do this weekend? What you will do this weekend? How would you like
The second one, right?
Yes, exactly.
I'm working this weekend.
I am working this weekend. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. Let me help you. Let's try to make together this time. So, I am working this weekend, which means, let me ask you, actually, right now, there is a weekend right now, is it? So you're working actually, like a present to continue, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so here's how we say present to continue. Also using verb plus 고 있다. This is a present to continue. But as you can see, finish with the da, which means still is original forms, which means for speaking, you need to change the form like this way. 고 있어요. I'm using this one 어요 actually for speaking. 고 있어요. So this will be your end of the sentence. Okay, and then continue. I am working this weekend. I am working. So the verb is working, which means, do you know perhaps do you know how to say to do work?
일이?
Very good. Yeah. To do work, we say 일하다. Can you say again? 일하다.
일하다.
Exactly.
일하다.
Actually, between here, the 일을, the object particle is skippable. Yeah, you can skip actually. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. So what you're gonna do is 일하다 conjugate with this one. And do you know how to do, by the way?
일하고 있어요?
Exactly. Very simple. Every Korean grammar, whatever you're trying to conjugate with a verb, remember, first step, remove the da, syllable da, because every every English verb and adjective finish with a Korean syllable da. That is why you need to remove the da, and after, yeah, so which is here, I'm talking the verb, yeah. So remove the da, which means 일하다 from the da, remove it, and put the 고 있어요, simply. But you can ask me, oh teacher, but you said we always consider syllable before that have a 받침 or doesn't have a 받침. This grammar is very easy. You don't need to consider 받침 things in this grammar. Yeah, so like that. Another example, what about the verb 먹다? I would like to say eating for present to continue. In that case, yeah, syllable 먹 and simply 고 있어요, like that. You don't need to consider the 받침 things anymore in this grammar. Okay, so Putri, good work. This will be your end of the sentence. And the beginning of a sentence, as I said, you are going to say subject. Yeah. So what is the subject in your sentence? It's a I, right?
I am
저는.
저는.
Aha, 저는, exactly. Very good. 저는. Yeah. And 저는 일하고 있어요. Yeah. So that's now we 50% we done. Yeah. I and the verb finishing. And in the middle, what you need to using? This one. Working in this weekend. This weekend. So let me give you a hint. This one. Yeah. We saw previously actually. 이, 저, 그.
Is 주말.
Very good. Yeah. Directly go. Yeah. Okay. 이 주말. 이 주말.
주말.
But we're still missing something here actually. Perhaps you know. Perhaps.
주말이.
주말. Actually, because we talk about the timeline, because of the you have to using timeline particle. Timeline particle is only have one thing, yeah. But don't get confused with a location particle. Location particle, and 에서. But remember, same syllable using but this one using as a timeline particle. Okay, give me 1 second. Someone chatting. Don't worry, Sierra. Yeah, I will update this video on the YouTube so you can check it later for the end of the part. Have a good weekend. Okay. Okay. Any question, Putri? By the way, any question?
No, all good.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So this is your
Thank
sentence.
you.
저는 이 주말에 일하고 있어요. But make sure if you can 2번 will be better. 2번 better. No problem. But you can say 2번 will be better because at the beginning I mentioned like this time weekend. That's a better way to say. Yeah. 이번 주말에 일하고 있어요. And the present continue. Very good. Okay. Let's go for one more person. Yeah, let's go. Hello, Jack. Jack.
Hi, 안녕.
Okay, Jack, I'm going to ask you the same question actually. What you will do on this weekend? 이번 주 주말에 뭐 할 거예요? How would you like to answer?
Actually, it will be same like Putri. I go to work as well.
Okay, then can you try to repeat this sentence? Can you try to say?
저는 이번 주말에 일하고 있어요.
You are going to using exactly the same sentence, but we're going to go a little bit more advanced actually. We're going to go a little bit more advanced, which means now you're going to using location particle, which is a or 에서. Yeah. You're going to say, probably in this case, you might have to using 에서 because 일을 하고 있다, working, something happening in the location, yeah? Yeah. So try to explain from where you're working, from where, location, where?
The location?
Mm-hmm.
It's in a cafe.
Cafe. Perhaps you know how to say cafe in Korean? It's a pretty simple.
Same like cafe.
Exactly. Very good. Cafe. Yeah, cafe. So, and here's a question. Perhaps you can guess where we can put this cafe as in the which part of the sentence. Where will be? Can you guess? Can you guess?
Let's see. After 저는?
After 저는. All right. Very good. 저는 카페에서 이번 주말에 일을 하고 있어요. Yeah. Actually, that was just a tricky question. Yeah, but here's the thing. If you just follow the rule, subject finish with a verb in the middle, order doesn't matter. Everyone, again, remember, it's pretty important. Starting from the subject in the sentence, finish with a verb in the sentence, and in the middle, timeline, location, doesn't matter about the order, which means you can even say this way. 저는 이번 주말에 카페에서 일하고 있어요. Yeah, I just
So we can switch it?
Exactly, you can switch it. Yeah.
그렇군요.
Just to follow the rule for starting from subject and finish with a verb. That's the most important actually. Okay, so like this way. Let me put this way. Okay, yeah. Any question, Jack? Any question?
아니요, 안 돼.
Okay, very good, very good. Yeah. Okay, maybe I would like to personally ask you later about the how's your life in Australia because nostalgia.
Yes, 선생님.
Okay. Okay. Let's try to do one more person. Because I'm trying to explain to you about the another grammar here, but I'm not sure I have enough time. You know what? I'm not sure. You know what? I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's do this first, and after if we have a time, let's go with another person. The asking. Okay. Yeah. So do you remember I don't know, was on this weekend that there's some student sent me to checking her sentences, this one actually. And I asked her, so if don't mind, can I use this one for the class? And I just copied and put it here actually. Okay. And I just, so those sentences a bit, actually it's a very, very clearly to see. Her writing is amazing actually. But well, if I can, by the way, it's a student who gave me this, you're here now? I forgot her name actually. You're here? Hello? Anyone? Who wrote this? Anyone here? No? Maybe she's not here. Maybe she's sleeping or something. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so what I want to say, what I want to give her feedback. First, she wrote very well, very clear consonant and the vowel. As you can see, the writing Korean is imagine the play game Tetris. Tetris, you know Tetris, yeah? Put the stacks on it, yeah, like that, yeah, like that. Because the Korean consonants are very angled and the vowels as well. So she wrote very well, but the maybe spacing, yeah, spacing is not really clear. For example, the spacing, this one looks all together, yeah, but actually should put the spacing like this part. Let me put it this way. Yeah, like that. 저는 하나입니다. Actually, here put together as the yeah, or here 태국 사람입니다. Yeah, spacing or maybe yeah, and continue. 3년 동안 한국에 왔습니다. Like that. Yeah. So should have put the spacing in this every part actually. Yeah, like that. But well, she yeah, but just only that. But at least she put the commas every sentences, which is good. Yeah. Okay, and now let me explain what she said, what she's trying to say. Let's try to show. Let me show you. Where is it? Yeah, here. So I just translate. I just put the sentence here more clearly to see. So what are you gonna do? Someone who didn't speaking this class. I'm going to ask you to speak. So first and second sentence, I will ask to Pierre. Can you try to read it, Pierre? Pierre, you there? Pierre, I can see you there, but unlock the mute and say to me, please, Pierre. Maybe not. Okay, another student. What about the Hijel and Hijel?
Sir, I can read Korean very well.
Pierre, there we go. Yeah, Pierre. Can you try to read it? Can you?
I can read Korean letters. I will try.
Okay, yeah, try. Give it a shot.
I mean, this is Hazel. You called after Pie. Is it okay, Pie?
Yeah, Pie.
It's spy. It's spy.
Yeah, sorry.
I will try.
Okay.
Sorry. It's okay. I can't read Korean. I'm a basic learner.
So no
Okay.
okay.
I will also try because it's my first time. Okay. Okay, I'll try. Okay, susunod. 저는 하나입니다.
Okay.
태국 사람입니다.
Very good. Why you're so being shy? Your reading is perfect, actually. Yeah, your syllable reading was perfect. Very good. Well done. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Lopez, you raise your hands. Do you have a question? Lopez? No? Excellent, I guess. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Pierre, you did a perfectly well. Good work. Your reading was perfect, actually. Pronunciation was good. And yeah, recognizing syllable was good. Good work. Yeah. Okay. everyone translating. 저 meaning is a polite way to say I. So I and the 하나입니다. This 하나 is a name. Yeah, that's a name. 하나. I think Hana is not joined this class right now, but anyway, 하나입니다. And this is another speaking terminology we call the polite speaking terminology. Yeah, and continue. 태국 사람입니다. 태국 사람입니다. Yeah. This is 사람. Let me write it down. 사람 meaning is a person. Yeah. 사람 meaning is a person. But when you're trying to say nation name, and the plus 사람, talking about the nationality. Yeah, nationality. Yeah. Remember, again, nation name, I'm talking about the country name simply. Country name plus 사람 is talking about the nationality. Nationality, yeah, remember that? So when you try to introduce wherever you come from, you just say your country name and put the 사람. For example, like some students from Philippines, in that case, very simple because Philippine is a Konglish, which means in Korean we say Philippine, like that. So Philippine 사람입니다, which means I'm from Philippines or I'm a Filipino, like that. Yeah. More like I'm Filipino, simply. Sorry, I came from Philippines. That's another sentence. Sorry. Yeah. So, but she using 태국 actually. 태국 is this kind of thing is a difficult part because 태국 is an irregular. It's not a Congolese country name. It's an irregular country name. Yeah. It's a Thailand. Yeah. So I'm a Thailandian. Yeah. Continue. And this is a pretty important part actually. Yeah. Let me just read it for you. Yeah. Using Chinese number. Do you remember learning number? You need to learn two different number, Korean number and Chinese number. Yeah. This one specifically using Korean number. Chinese number. Yeah. Because reading a date, month, year, always using Chinese number. Remember that? Yeah, and this 년 is specifically the quantity now for the counting year. So let me put that as year. Year. So if you say 3년, simply 3년, it's just talking about the year 3, which means AD 3. Yeah, but she's not trying to say about the AD 3, not about the history. Yeah. And because of the she using 동안, meaning is while. Let me explain again. What does it mean? When you just trying to read the year, for example, right now, 2020, you simply using 년 after that, like that. We're reading as 2020년 for reading a year, actually reading a year. Yeah. But when you're trying to say like while 2 years, while 3 years, while 4 years, I'm talking about the amount of the time, not just reading a year, amount of the year, you have to using 동안. Remember that? Because we have to specifically separate because using exactly same quantity now. So let me show you an example like that. What about this one? Yeah. 2020년, just reading a year for this year example for the context, yeah. But what about this one? 2020년 동안, yeah, 동안. While 2020, I'm not talking about the timeline. I'm talking about the amount. So for example, I'm a vampire. I lived 2020, like while 2020 years. Yeah. So my age is 2020. Example, yeah. Understand? Yeah. Different. This is just reading a year using 년, but when you add the 동안, it's about the amount of the year. Yeah. Okay, continue. And the 한국에 왔습니다. 한국, talking about the Korea, country name Korea. Yeah. And the 왔습니다 is from the verb 오다. 오다 meaning is to come. Yeah. And using as a past. What we saw was if we're using the speaking terminology, past simple, what we learned before, we should say what's or yo. What's or yo. But here she used as a polite speaking terminology, which is this one. Yeah, it's a verb conjugated with a 습니다 and 습니다. Yeah. So again, let me put this way. So from the verb 오다 to change as a polite speaking terminology is 옵니다, which is remove the da syllable before da, have a 받침, doesn't have a 받침, consider when doesn't have a 받침, you're gonna put this as a 받침 and the 니다. When the syllable have a 받침, then you have to using 씁니다 option. Anyway, yeah. So 옵니다. Let me give you another example. Yeah, or better 먹다, to eat. 먹 have a 받침, 먹 have a 받침. So you're gonna put that as a 먹습니다, like that. The second option here, like that. Yeah. Anyway. So 오다. But how this is possibly came out? 왔습니다. So this is another tip. So as you can see, just consider the grammar only. This one, 왔어요 is a past simple speaking terminology, casual. Yeah. But what about this one? Just a grammar. It's a speaking terminology, present simple, but the polite. What I'm trying to say is individual grammars. But let's see the beginning. What you start is always start from the original forms of the verb. Remember, so yeah, always the whatever grammar is starting from the original forms of the verb, which means what she used it here. Actually, she used it past simple verb. Original verb is a past simple verb, and just conjugated with the polite speaking terminology, like that. So again, original verb present simple 오다, and the two changes of past is a 왔다. Finish with that as well, because I'm talking original, which means a past original verb. Yeah. This one 오요, as I said, this one is a same syllable starting what here, what. Yeah. But this one, as I said, original past verb conjugated with speaking terminology. Yeah, for the speaking. But this one, 왔다, is just a past simple verb, And from here, you're going to using this grammar directly, which means to change as a 왔습니다. Reason why? Because what have a 받침. Again, this is original verb. That is why we directly consider the syllable here. Syllable here, yeah. Like that. It's a little bit difficult part because you need to jump into the many different grammars. But remember, always starting from the original forms of the verb. But so far, we just only saw the present simple verb. But now we are seeing the past verb. How to change using other grammars like that. Yeah. This one requires lots of practice for that later. Okay. Anyway, so continue. Simply what she's saying here. 3 years, like 3 years, 3년 동안 한국에 왔습니다. I came to Korea 3 years, while 3 years. And here is the mistake. This is the mistake sentence. The reason why, yeah, she said came to the Korea, but the while 3 years, yeah, even in English not make sense. Then how are we gonna say? If she wanna say, I think what she's trying to say, I came to Korea 3 years before. I came to Korea 3 years before. Or another way to say, meanwhile 3 years, I was in Korea. Or 3 years, I stayed in Korea. That's how she can say, yeah. So if she gonna say like, I came to Korea 3 years before, so follow the different context, and we should say this way, 3년 전. 전 meaning is before, everyone, before. 3년 전 한국에, and just repeating, 한국에 왔습니다. Yeah, like that. Yeah. So, but we missing something again. 3년 전 is talking about the timeline, yeah? So we have to say and the why not the 에서, because simply to come. Yeah, came. That is why. Just about the location, yeah. So 3년 전에 한국에 왔습니다. I think that's what she's trying to say. Because I remember she told me she was in Korea, I guess. Yeah, that is why. But this sentence does not make sense, eh? Yeah. 3년 동안, while 3 years, meanwhile like 3 years, like on this amount of the time period, she came to Korea. Yeah, you know what does that mean then? Like imagine the distance of she living in Thailand and to Korea. Maybe she take a walk to go to Korea. Maybe 3 years take. Maybe that sounds like, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. So she came to Korea, but it takes 3 years. That's what she's saying. This is the sentence meaning. Yeah. So, but obviously no. Yeah. Nobody gonna spend 3 years to come to Korea. Yeah. To take a walk. I mean, I'm not even sure that's possible. Yeah, but I'm saying Remember, I'm not criticizing my student's writing. She did really well, but she's using just the wrong grammar, and that is why I'm trying to fixing it. Yeah. Okay. So don't say to me, "Oh, teacher, you're so cruel. Like you're criticizing too much." I'm not. That is my purpose. Sorry. Yeah. If I too harsh, I'm sorry. Yeah, because I'm a little bit tough. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, let's continue. So again, the sentence what she said is talking about to go to Korea. It took us 3 years. That's how it sounds like. Yeah. 한국에 왔습니다. Came to Korea 3년 동안. While 3 years. Yeah. So nobody gonna spending time like that. So here, I think this is what she's trying to say. Yeah. Before 3 years. 3 years before I came to Korea, which is the context. What do you need to understand? She's still in the Korea. Yeah. Yeah, we run out of time actually, you know, let's continue this for maybe next class. Yeah, sorry, I would like to give you more because I want to finish this one, but maybe we can continue next class. Okay, let me tell you, next class, what are you gonna do? We're gonna continue this one, we're gonna finish, and let me choose what I'm gonna teach you. Probably what we briefly saw, like speaking terminologies and the past or simple future, maybe this tense we might gonna look up later. Okay, yeah, so any question? Oh, good. Yeah. Maybe I'm sorry for if I'm speaking too fast because yeah, I'm trying to giving you maximum information. Meanwhile, I'm doing. Yeah. So, but as I told you, you're gonna have an advantage. For I'm going to update this video on the YouTube. Yeah. So you can look up there if you didn't understand some part. Yeah. Yeah. So if you have a passion to study Korean, then you must look up to rework again and again. How you can improve a Korean? Only 2 options: practice and learn. You know, yeah, practice. That's a method. Yeah, that's important. Okay, yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, let me just finish class from here. And thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining today's class. And I hope I will see you next week. Yeah, I hope I see you next week. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, keep studying. And if you have any questions, just send me the text. Yeah. Okay. All right. I would like to say thank you guys as well. Thank you for your valuable weekend time and thank you for joining. And some of you might have a nighttime and some of you have a daytime. Okay. Someone asking you, do you have a YouTube name? Okay. Simply you can search like a Chang Hans. Chang is my surname and simply Hans. Yeah. And let me tell you, I'm just only like updating the video because only for students who purpose. So like some students say, oh, you want to make money from YouTube? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't care. Yeah, I'm already making good money from my students in the private class here. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, what I want to say, I'm only using this video purpose for showing my students who couldn't attend it because of timeline differences. Yeah. So, okay. That's all I can say for today. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your valuable weekend time.
Thank you, sir.
감사합니다.
Everyone. Yeah.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you so much.
다음 주에 봐요.
다음 주에 봐요. See you next week. 다음 주에 봐요.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
감사합니다, 선생님.
감사합니다, teacher.
Thank you.
감사합니다.
Thank you. Bye bye.